Yo creo que por eso es que Shakur peleó como peleó con William Cepeda. Tú sabes, para enseñar a la gente.
¿Cree que Shakur de verdad se va a parar con su hijo y se va a pelear?
Yo creo que va a tratar, pero cuando sienta la pegada de mi hijo, porque mi hijo lo que hace es conecta placement shots y lo conecta bien. Y yo creo que una vez él sienta eso, va a empezar a boxear. Tú sabes, va a empezar a tratar de boxear. Y ese es mi trabajo, es cómo saber cómo ganarle si él viene a pelear o cómo ganarle si él viene a boxear.
Ya no es el primer zurdo que él enfrenta y nunca ha perdido con un zurdo tampoco, ¿verdad?
No, que mi hijo.
Sí.
No, mi hijo.
No es el primer zurdo, digo. Ya no ha perdido con ningún zurdo.
Mi hijo nunca ha perdido con ningún zurdo de 210 peleas. Porque tuvo 170 en el Amateo y ahorita tenemos cuántas, como 200 peleas, vamos a decir. Nunca hemos perdido con ningún zurdo.
¿Crees que esta es la pelea más importante para su hijo?
Yo creo que sí, para empezar, porque tienen, a Shakur lo tienen muy en alto, tú sabes. No ha hecho nada, para mí no ha hecho nada. Lo tienen en la libra por libra y mi hijo es el hombre en la 140, fue el hombre en la 135 y no me lo tienen en el pound for pound list, que yo creo que eso es horrible, pero yo creo que después de ganarle a Shakur todo va a cambiar.
¿Crees que esta pelea lo pone en el camino, ya que estamos hablando de más de los 80, de que su hijo llegue a un nivel, digamos, como
sí, esta pelea es como, esta pelea es como una como decir Oscar de la Hoya con Floyd Mayweather, tú sabes. Esa es una pelea, esta pelea es así, y tú sabes, y nosotros venimos a pelear. El trabajo tiene que ser de Shakur. Tú sabes, el que tiene más que perder aquí es Shakur, no mi hijo. Porque mi hijo siempre viene a pelear.
¿Ustedes van a buscar el knockout o
No, nosotros nunca buscamos el knockout. Nosotros boxeamos primero, tú sabes. Y el problema de mi hijo ahorita en la 140 es que él quiere demostrar que él puede boxear, tú sabes. Y empieza a entretenerse demasiado. ¿Entiendes? Como hicimos con Barbosa, él la pasa demasiado bien y se le olvida lo que tiene que hacer, que es terminar al contrincante.
Este diciembre como que ha venido fuerte, ¿verdad? ¿Qué le pareció la pelea de Pitbull con Lamont Roach?
Estuvo buena, pero yo creo que la táctica de Lamont Roach no fue igual a la que hizo con Tank. Tú sabes, yo creo que si él hubiera empezado desde temprano boxeándole a Pitbull, el cual que eso le da muchos problemas a él, yo creo que hubiera ganado Lamont Roach bien fácil.
¿Crees que estuvo bien el empate?
Sí, yo creo que sí, porque la primera mitad de la pelea creo que Pitbull, tú sabes, lo bota. Tú sabes, le quitaron un punto a Pitbull, ¿verdad?
Claro que sí.
Sí, por estar pegando muy abajo, pero yo creo que los dos hicieron casi lo mismo, porque él ganó la primera parte y después Lamont Roach ganó para mí, casi los últimos rounds.
Tío dice que va a ir a entrenar al sur de la Florida, donde él creció, él se inició como entrenador. Van a buscar algún, no sé, sparring cubano que más o menos tenga el estilo de Shakur.
Sí, vamos a estar llamando a Jorge Rubio para ver si nos ayuda ahí a conseguir personas para poder hacer guanteo. Tú sabes, Jorge Rubio siempre tiene buenos boxeadores.
¿Y van a ir a la pelea de Jake Paul contra Joshua?
Vamos a ver, porque no queremos tú sabes, queremos estar encerrados para esta pelea. No queremos decir a dónde estamos, no queremos... venimos aquí porque teníamos que venir, pero nosotros no queremos hacer entrevistas ni nada ya. Una vez los vamos para la Florida, los vamos a encerrar.
Para terminar, ¿cómo vio a Shakur hoy así, cara a cara, face to face? ¿Cómo lo vio cuando estuvo?
Yo creo que miró que mi hijo no está jugando. Tú sabes, él lo va a sentir cuando se suba, cuando el día llegue.
Okay.
Teofimo Sr., how are you? I wanted to ask you, in Shakur's last fight, he was mimicking, or he was doing a lot of the Philly show against Cepeda in his last fight. What do you make of his style? Implementing that in his game plan, and do you find that easier?
No, we ready for everything, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say what we planning to do with him, because that wouldn't be good for us. But I see my son breaking him in every aspect, and that's what we want to do. We want to mentally mess him up first, and then take him out if we could.
There's a lot
the knockout will come. We will definitely hurt him.
There's a lot of good things that your son implements in his fight when he fights against southpaws. In his last fight, even though it wasn't against a southpaw, I believe, but he was using his jab a lot and his distance.
Yeah.
Kept jabbing the body.
He's not the same fighter. He's just getting better because he's fighting the best competition. I mean, it's like if you keep on fighting people that are not good, you're not gonna you're not gonna go to the next level. You understand what I'm saying? My son, that's why he always picks the dangerous fights, because I tell my son, why we're gonna be sitting here doing this, you know, when we don't do this for the money. We don't do this for the fame.
Legacy.
Okay? We do this for the legacy. So I tell my son, when I told him, you know, let's go after Comey, let's go after Lomachenko, let's go after Josh Taylor. And all of those three fights, he was the underdog. You know what I'm saying? And big time. I mean, with Josh Taylor, he was like 23 experts said that he was going to lose. So, you know, and he gave an amazing performance, you know. And it wasn't the same as the performance he gave with Barbosa's, you know. Like, his styles have changed all the time. And that's the scariest part about him, you know. And he comes to entertain, you know. He always puts a show.
Yeah, when it comes to an orthodox type of fighter against a southpaw, you know, there's always a battle between the left foot. I'm pretty sure you saw it against Canelo and Crawford. You know, Canelo couldn't.
Yeah, but
keep
Canelo,
that.
I don't want to say it right, but Canelo is, you know, he's not a boxer. You know what I'm saying? He's just a strong fighter, strong puncher. You know, he has, you know, he's got a good chin, so he has a lot of things that are special. You know, I don't take nothing away from Canelo. You know, I think that Canelo fought him to, you know, like he's been through wars. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the same Canelo that like before. You know, I think that he would have had a better chance fighting Crawford earlier, at his early career.
You know, people say this fight, sky's the limit, but it seems like your son doesn't have no limit. You know, he always, you know, pursuing the best fights, always, you know, overachieving. You know, before this fight even happened, he called out Crawford in the past, and you know, Crawford stated, "Oh, you only got to me."
Yeah, but he
fight
really
Shakur
want to
first."
fight Crawford, and we're gonna call him out after we beat up his boy. You know, what I'm
That's
saying?
that's to the game plan,
That's
even
the
though
game
you guys
plan.
have,
You
even
know
if he
what I'm
requires
saying?
you.
But he
guys
ain't
to go
gonna
up.
fight us, man. He ain't gonna fight us, man. We've been chasing this guy for the longest. My son is even willing to go up to 160 to fight him. You know, listen, speed kills. You know what I'm saying? Speed kills, and that's why we're gonna beat Shakur. He ain't faster than us, and we're gonna catch him.
Thanks,
We're
sir.
gonna catch him. You know.
Oh, one last prediction. In the rematch, what happens in the rematch? You see like any adjustments or any
What
difference?
rematch?
Canelo and Crawford. If it was to happen.
I don't think it's like I said, speed kills, man. You know, and I don't think that Canelo is fast enough to catch Crawford. You know, so I don't even see the point. I had Canelo knocking him out between the 7th and the 8th, but I had Crawford winning if it went to 12 rounds.
In
know
the
what I'm saying?
rematch, do you?
I would do the same. Because,
Yeah.
you know, if Canelo catches you, you're going down.
But
He wasn't able to catch him. He was always touching him when he was pulling back, you know. So
but because of the way he was being dominated, it seemed like he won no rounds. Do you think maybe Crawford could like stop him? Like,
well, anything is possible
rematch?
in boxing, man. You know, one punch could stop anybody could, you know, get hit. So, but I see Canelo. The only chance I give Canelo is by him catching him.
and then just two more questions about your son's fight. Did Shakur by any chance implement a bigger ring or like, you know?
We don't care about that,
No?
man. I mean, we're just gonna box this dude, man. You know, we're not going in there for the knockout. We never do. You know, the only fight that my son looked like sloppy was with Cambosis because he was dying in there. And, you know, he said that he felt better when he was attacking more, you know. But we never do that. We always box.
And then the size gloves you guys are going in to compete with,
We don't even know that. I think
Not yet?
it'll be 8 ounces.
8 ounces?
I hope so.
And now one final message to the fans to tune in to the fight. Obviously it's gonna be a great fight, but from your words, we want to hear from you. Why should
This
they
is gonna
tune in?
be the fight of the year. Please don't miss it. 2 great talents, you know, 2 Olympians. I mean, it's like coming back to the 80s, man. Like, you know, we don't get these fights. You know, it just nowadays it just happens once in a lifetime. So, you know, tune in or come to the fight.
Thank you.
The